Dans mon quartier où les enfants des Italiens, du moins au début, étaient dans la même école que les enfants luxembourgeois, on entendait souvent cette chanson que les têtes de fromage chantaient parfois le soir quand ils sortaient ivres du café du coin. Et que déjà leurs enfants, imitant les pères, chantaient sur le chemin de l'école. Et on se demandait parfois
si on n'avait pas la lèpre, ou que sais-je.
L'esportazione di migliaia di italiani in quella regione non li protesse in alcun modo da tutti gli insulti che l'immaginazione poté inventare.
Ma quando arrivarono i primi portoghesi nel quartiere, intorno agli anni 70, in fuga dalla dittatura nel loro paese, gli italiani li trattarono come i lussemburghesi avevano trattato loro molti anni prima.
Ils viennent nous voler nos boulots!
ils draguent nos femmes.
Ces feignants travaillent pas bien! Mais c'est pas possible! Ils ont tous les droits, alors que nous, on n'a rien!
The strongest emotion caused is sadness, because you think that when people live things on their proper scale are more pushed to be closer to you, and what the video showed is actually that history always happens again and again, and it gives a sense of no hope towards the future.
De l'injustice, de l'incompréhension, parce que j'ai pas compris pourquoi ils ont reproduit ce qu'ils ont vécu.
In this video, I was very catched about how racism works. That is to say that racism seems to work as the interiorization of a system that we are able and capable to reproduce following a hierarchy of social power.
And for me, actually, every people actually have to reveal the feeling in any case, in any situation. And another thing is that I think the world is a nation, one nation, and also video actually taught me this. World is not safety sometimes.
La mia più grossa emozione quindi forse può essere la delusione per cui è un circolo umano vizioso che non si arresta, per cui uno diventa sempre l'oppresso di qualcun altro.
Being an immigrant means big emotions. It's meant feeling scared, alone, lost, powerless, but it's also felt incredibly exciting, humbling, joyous. I've often found myself just feeling really grateful for the experience that I'm having. It's one of the most challenging and rewarding experiences.
So, when I first came to Italy, I think I adapted quite quickly. I don't really think there was anything really hard to get.
Yes, when I was young and I lived in Germany, I felt as a migrant because in my school there were some kids which made all the time fun of me because of my nationality. And it was kind of a bullying situation, and I think this is a feeling that migrants feel this at least once in each country.
Ici, on me voit comme Énise le turc, parce que j'ai des parents turcs, et puis en Turquie, on est Énise le français, parce que je viens de France. Ici, je suis immigré turc, là-bas, je suis immigré français. Ça me touche pas, ni ici, ni là-bas, ça me touche pas, je renie rien. Je renie ni le pays où j'habite, ni mes origines.
You cannot feel equal with one Italian of my age. I know he know more the language, he know more the country, he's white skin. So I know for some opportunity I'm not equal.
So I've never felt as a migrant, but sometimes because of I am a woman, I felt what being a minority means in our world, in our society.
Prima del 2001 poteva essere, appunto, dell'evento delle Torri Gemelle, poteva essere una razzializzazione di tipo goliardico, del tipo battutine, cose del genere, comunque sempre sul simpatico. Dopo il 2001 è diventato molto più pesante, della serie sei arabo, sei terrorista e quant'altro, e quindi sì, sono 36 anni che, pur essendo italiano, mi sento straniero nel mio paese.
Being in Italy is not that hard. I mean, I feel like home. I'm in a home, so I never have like obstacle to overcome here. So I can say this.
I think I've often felt powerless and insecure when dealing with Italian bureaucracy, and I'm sure every immigrant can say that 100%. That's when you really feel like, oh, I am not from here. I am an immigrant, you know. And then I often have felt powerless and insecure when learning the language and not really being able to articulate my feelings or my thoughts. That was incredibly frustrating. But thankfully over time, you know, that gets better. So I'd say these things, which I'm sure every immigrant says. You know.
Honnêtement, pas plus que ça. Tout dépend des endroits où tu te trouves quand même. Je pourrais pas dire qu'il n'y a jamais eu. Mais en globalité, je dirais que non, ça me met pas vraiment un frein dans l'avancée de ma vie. Bon, après, il y a toujours des personnes qui vont trouver quelque chose à redire, que ce soit sur moi ou sur n'importe. Je ne peux pas plaire à tout le monde.
From home, actually, if you speak the same languages, is a home.
Quando vado a cercare lavoro, quando vado dal medico e quando alla fine devono leggere il mio nome, che è un nome straniero, mi sento molto impotente anche nei confronti di altre persone che vengono razzializzate, in cui uno, piuttosto oltre al discutere e cercare di far ragionare, non può fare nient'altro. Questa è una cosa che mi devasta abbastanza a livello personale.
I think home can be a lot of things. It's well, it is people, but it's not only people. It's just when something is you know, familiar. And when you don't have to really struggle to explain stuff to other people because they have similar experiences, so they kind of get what you're saying without you having to give too much context to things, you know, or they reason the same way maybe. So in fact, I have felt more at home with people who have traveled a lot or who live abroad, who have lived abroad in the past, because I think we're all sort of homeless, you know. we just get each other because of that. We understand each other better because of that.
It's hard, but maybe I feel home when I go back to my grandmother's house, or when I find people around the world that share my same ideas and end up connecting with them after so long.
Ça me fait penser à la famille, le foyer, la sécurité. C'est un endroit où on se sent bien. Pour ma part, c'est pas pour tout le monde. Et ce qui me vient en premier à l'esprit, c'est ça, la famille, la sécurité.
You know, it's a place where you grow, the place where you know very well, the climate where you know very well, your neighbors where you know very well, where you feel equal with your neighbor or with your friends. You know, if maybe they can be your classmate, they can be your age, so you feel equal.
To me, the idea of home is something that brings me back to my beginning, so to my roots, but at the same time, it is also a kind of incoming process. You say that is something that is with me always. It's in feelings, in people, in emotions and memories, and that's it.
Per me la parola casa è dove sto bene. In Ravenna, l'Italia Ravenna per me è diventata casa negli anni, e quando anche vado via mi manca. Quando sto a lungo fuori mi manca. Casa è, ripeto, è dove una persona sta bene. Di solito non è per forza un luogo, ma le persone con cui ci si sta. Quindi dove c'è famiglia c'è casa. Per cui, come il mio paese d'origine è casa, dopo un po' Ravenna è diventata anch'essa casa mia. Per cui per me qui è casa.
Is that home means having a sense of security, peace, and acceptance for who you are. So feeling at home within yourself, 100%. Because if you don't feel that within, you will never feel it anywhere. I've, lived in different countries before, and I've felt terrible. I felt awful. And that was because things were not okay within me. So I had, work to do. Because wherever you go, you bring yourself.
For me, what is home? Home is the place where you feel safe. It's everywhere you find space to be yourself. For sure, it's not a piece of land. It's many things, includes people, language, culture, everyday rituals. It's complex for me to define what is home for me. I also think that home for a man, as far as I'm concerned, can change also in your lifetime. So you can call here home, and you can call also many other places home in your life. It depends on what you are living in this moment. Everywhere can be home if you succeed in creating your home inside of you. If you have your home in your heart, you can make everywhere on this earth your home.
Sentirmi straniero nel mio stesso paese è per un fatto di società, di persone, perché la mia casa è quella in cui io sono nato e mi sento a casa, e d'altra parte lo è anche il mio paese dell'origine del mio babbo e della mia altra parte di famiglia, che è la Palestina. Io queste cose le sento come casa in due maniere diverse, ma per me quello è casa. Casa è dove ci sono le mie radici, è dove ci sono i miei affetti, è dove ci sono le persone che mi vogliono bene, a cui io voglio bene. Quella è casa.
There's no differences much because Turkey is also one of the Mediterranean countries. Our culture is kind of similar, and like way of act, behaving, and also like Turkish people also don't consider the life as so serious. So I mean, like also Italian people are doing the same thing.
People from Ravenna are quite similar to people in my hometown because they're closed. Everybody's always moaning about how closed people in Ravenna are, and I think it's true, and I also do that. But I think it's also very similar to how people behave in my country, because it really takes time to become friends with someone because they're closed, because they have their inner circle. But I mean, once you're in that circle, it means that you're in. Okay. In fact, I can see that people are very fond of old friendships in Ravenna, like the friends they have from elementary school or whatever.
Landscapes are, something I'm familiar with, so I think they're, relatively similar that way. And I also think that Italy and the US are similar in that I think, you can find a lot of really helpful and kind and warm people I think Americans are known, I think, usually to be, quite open people.
J'ai déjà de la famille qui a immigré de Turquie à ici, en France. Sinon, j'ai aucun lien avec l'immigration particulière. Moi, je préfère vivre en France. Voyager en Turquie, tout ça, j'aime beaucoup, j'y vais souvent. Mais à vivre, la France, c'est, de mon point de vue à moi, mieux sur plein de points différents.
Here in Italy, and especially in Ravenna, people used to stay together. Family is very important. This thing is also important in my culture. For my story, for my, journey. In the past, I used to visit many other European countries. And I can say that I noticed that in Italy, family is very important as it is in my African culture. That is why I can say that is a common point we share with Italian people.
Sono molto simili nella cultura, nel modo di porsi della gente, di quant'altro. Sono due culture mediterranee, sono due paesi mediterranei, anche c'è tanta condivisione tra i due paesi e io sono felice di appartenere a tutti e due i paesi.
Their culture, people they stay outside, in the bar, in the restaurant, they dialogue, they make dialogue, they chat, and they speak loudly. And also Italian people, they love their mothers. We love also our mothers. Mm-hmm. And also Italian people, they are not so precise. Yes. And we also, we are not so precise in things, mm-hmm. but we are trying to manage at the last time, Yeah. Even Italian people are like this, and the originals are like this. So I have this culture, little similar culture. People, they stay in the bar, they joke among themselves, yes. They enjoy, and also that we have this tradition also. We stay in the bar, in the restaurant, in the club for a long time, in the night.
Yes. Well, at first impact, when I was in Germany, you feel that there's not so many similarities, except being a European country. But then when you start living there, you realize that at the end, people are always part of the same when you start connecting with them. So the way to live family, the way to live friendship, those are relationships that never change in any country.
It's an incredible experience being an immigrant because you get to look at this new place, this new country from, an outsider's perspective. And it makes you reflect deeply on who you are, what you believe, what you think, what you were taught, right, from the society in which you come from. So it makes you deeply reflect on who you are.